Hello out there. How are you doing? This is kind of a test run for this channel here. Hi. So this is going to be kind of a rough cut of everything, but welcome to GaijinPot Gaming Channel. I'm your host today. My name is Brandon, and I'm just going to kind of run through, well, basically some games that are kind of readily available in Japan. I am actually in Tokyo, Japan right now, and we're kind of just doing some things here. So figured we'd give this a shot and see what happens. For today's game, I'm going to play a fairly old indie game that's available on Steam called Chantelise, or Chantelise, however you want to pronounce it. Oof. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me know. I appreciate any kind of feedback because I'm trying to get this all set up. But with that underway, let's go ahead and get this started here. Let's start the game, start a new game. Music is louder than mic. Alright. That's exactly what I want to hear, so we'll go ahead and tweak that down a little bit there. I have kind of a basic setup right now. A lot of it's running through the same computer, so all the streaming, the gaming, everything else through the same, so I don't have any kind of mixing boards or anything like that to make it easier at this time, but you know, gotta do what you can. So kind of the plan for the channel at this point, we're going to do predominantly games that are from Japan. So in other words, a lot of the AAA games, a lot of the indie games, things that are kind of unique to Japan. And kind of give everyone out there a kind of a preview of all that stuff. Let you see what you might be missing and didn't know about. For the most part, we're going to probably do a lot of stuff off of, readily available like Steam or good old games, things of that sort. Maybe even DMM, which is a local digital distribution site for games. Also DL Site, which is another one. Try to let you know when, or not when, but from where some of the content is coming from. Oh, you know what? I just noticed that was not set there. Like I said, this is kind of a rough run test. Oh, actually got some viewers in here. Nice. Welcome to everyone. Don't know what time zones you're all in. It's currently early morning here in Tokyo. So you start testing out this and see what happens. Also let me know, based off of visuals and things, does it look okay? Is the camera blurry? Things of that sort. Just give me a little bit of feedback. I appreciate it, so I can help fine-tune the channel and everything. And of course my controller is... I'm on the wrong window. There we go. There's a lot going on. I've done streaming before, but this is not my typical rig, so I'm having to get used to a few different configurations and things. So this will be a little bit of a learning process even for me. Does that actually look okay on your side as well? Let me know. all I have is a tiny little preview window that I can look over and check, which is why if you see me swinging my head this way, stage left, I think, whatever it is, looks good so far. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm actually have a 2-monitor setup, so I got a primary for the game and the camera, which is it's sitting on top of, and then the streaming software and chat window are all on the other monitor to my right, your left, if I remember right. Right, left, right. So it's not that something's going on over there, there's just things happening. Mira Cuties, thank you so much for the follow, I appreciate that. Boy, I might have to tweak that as well. I haven't done any configuration with that. Alright, onward to the game here. Also to kind of give you a little rundown of how this is all operating. I'm actually playing this, funny enough, actually playing this on a Nintendo Switch controller that we're actually running through USB. Turns out you can actually find a few drivers out there that allow you to operate with the Switch controllers on PC games, which I was kind of surprised. Yeah, the alerts are working, so that's a good sign. Alright, so far what we have here, at least within this game, excuse me, a little bit of dust in the eye there. So this is Chantelise, which is a rather, I mean, it came out, what was it, 2016 I think? No, probably later than that, 2015 or so. It was basically just a independent little game that someone created and got a little bit of a cult following outside of Japan and managed to actually get released on Steam, so that kind of made it kind of nice for the rest of the world. As you can see, it also got English translations, being the original one was actually in Japanese, of course. But you'll notice that the vocal tracks are all in Japanese. There are no English vocal tracks on this one. Time to do the usual, the usual run through on how the game operates. So there we go. Yeah, we can also do that with the other control stick. And practice a little bit more of that. So now we got to get some combat. Am I at the invisible wall? The typical answer to keeping players out of areas they shouldn't be, but unfortunately it looks like the NPCs don't have that issue. There we go. Fix right now while I'm thinking about it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to switch to that. Whilst I set myself to here. There we go. That's the thing about testing. Kind of have to use a different account for the time being. was I talking about? Ah, yes, the game itself. So what we have here, so far within the story, is two sisters, Chante and Elise, who apparently were walking through a forest. One of them was cursed by a witch, which turned her into the fairy character you see there, which is the older sister. So of course, you know, the usual, the older sister being smaller than the younger sister. As for the type of game that this is kind of falls under like a dungeon crawler. It's not generated; they're static maps. But you basically just run around in dungeons, you know, find the keys to unlock the next path. You have magic involved as well. You got coins. And now we've run into the first thing, which is there's a limit on the number of magic you can hold on your character. So in this case, there's only 6 slots available. If you press and hold, it charges. And it kind of runs in a combination style, so you can actually merge multiple types together and utilize them that way. If you have the same color, obviously you get a much more powerful attack. In this case, I just have a defensive, which does massive amounts of damage. You got some health back. Even though I wasn't really injured in any way, shape, or form at this point. Well, there we go. Pick up some more of that there. Nice thing is they do actually give you a little mini map, so you can actually see where the enemies are at, and then there's a little bit of destroyable terrain. Well, not really. It's more of like it's kind of similar to like any other platformer where you're just like slamming into random trees and things like that, and cutting through shrubs. You know, kind of like Legend of Zelda, things of that sort. You see, because I'm getting coins as I'm cutting the grass. Same with cutting down trees. Well, not cutting down trees, but at least impacting them and causing stuff to appear. Off in the distance there, you see that this is actually cordoned off for the time being. I believe it's just because I have to defeat all the slimes in an area. Let's do that. Then it unlocks, and then I'm allowed to move on to the next area. There we go. Such an interesting attack. Quest 64, wow, yeah, it does have a very similar feel to it, doesn't it? So that's another thing that we're looking at right now. So like I said, this is kind of just a test run. We're kind of seeing, you know, if people would be interested in learning about Japanese games, you know, kind of the cultural aspect of it. If that's so, then, you know, we can expand a little bit more. Right now, we're just kind of going through a few of the genres that are very typical to Japanese styles. So, you know, dungeon crawlers are kind of the big one. Then you have things such as your typical JRPGs, you know, like Final Fantasy, Dragon Warrior, actually Dragon Quest, depending upon, you know, whichever region you got the first version of. So there's that of it. There's also those interesting little facts. We also have things like shmups, which are the side scrollers. So if you've ever seen like Gradius, or Salamander, which is what it was also known as in a few other regions. Those styles of games, and we also have platformers and side scrollers, which of course, you know, are very general or generic, but you know, a lot of them kind of had their origin over here, strangely enough. So that's kind of what we're going to do for the beginning. That has a weird flicker to it. Ouch. I bumped my leg into the desk. Oops. One of the other characters. Somehow you unknowingly own this title. Interesting. I think anyone who has Steam probably has the same issue as well. In my own personal account, I think I'm at like 250 games, of which I've maybe only played 10%, if that. And it's worse because, of course, now that the holidays are coming upon us, so therefore Steam's going to do its usual, usual sales and things of that sort. So is GOG, things of that sort. You know, it's a good time of year to get games for cheap, but it's also bad because you're just going to have games in your library that you don't ever play. So there is that problem. Now just go talk to people. Yeah. Gotta try to find a witch to try and reverse the issue, as it were. Come back to 14, we miss you. It has been a while. I was thinking about playing 14 the other day. Birds. Burb. Burb, as they say. Dark and Ash, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them up in the chat. I'll try to do my best to answer them while I'm playing the game at the same time, but trying to split your attention between multiple things can be a daunting task, especially when streaming. So I will try my best. About these games is they usually kind of gave you a pretty good way of figuring out where you were in the game. So that's actually a rather nice function. Not all games do this, unfortunately. Speaking of yawn. So, yeah, One of the things we're also working on right now is you can kind of see my background is a little plain. We're trying to figure out something to do with that. So this is, like I said, a work in progress. If things work out, then you know, we'll be adding a few more things here and there as we go along, adjusting and that sort of thing. And I'm just gonna break barrels because that's what you always do in games, right? It's ingrained. So, I think I can get up there. It's a little bit finicky in the controllers. Jeez. Talk to them. Yeah, talk to them. Didn't actually attack. That's weird. Alright. Off to go find a fortune teller here. Oh, I remember these. It's actually kind of a nice thing too, is you get a, I think it's timing based, where if you tap in a specific order, then you actually get a bonus strike basically, which has, you know, it's more powerful. Boom. Squish the slimes. Yeah, kind of nice. Pick that up, grab all these coins, so I can use those later. I do like the fact that the camera control is actually on the trigger and also the right thumbstick. It's kind of a nice little quality of life in these games. It's also nice that the camera actually can move independent of the character, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck in a wall while you're trying to fight something. It's always the worst feeling when you're playing these styles of games. That's always a pleasant thing to have for you. I have a lot of these up here. This. And then pick that up. This is a nice thing. I can have an active one, and then I can reload. And now I have full green, full blue, which is actually really good. That means I have a much more powerful spell when I actually execute. Healed up after that combat, so that's fine. No loss. No biggie. All good. Alright. Got that one. All the coinage. I haven't actually looked at one of those. No, it's just a fleur-de-lis. just below the range. Oh, I know why. I was not actually locked on to an enemy at the time when I fired off. Hence why it went way over their heads. Gotta remember to lock on the next time I do it. See, it does, and that actually works. So. Ooh. Oh goodness. Alright. So while I'm running around, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best. If you have questions about, Japan in particular, or about the game, or things of that sort, just let me know. I got some golden scales now. I do believe, if I remember from my playthrough this many years ago, that you'll find random items, or random drops from the critters here, and you take them back into town, and you get some extra coinage for them. And of course, as with any game, check around all corners. Actually, I had used it up, so let's go ahead and reload. There we go. So the other thing you probably have noticed is there's no level up system that you typically find in an RPG style game. I think it is based upon completion of the map. Is when you'll actually get additional health and additional magic. Well, I don't think additional magic, but additional health. And I think there's an item for an extra equipment slot as well. So I'm gonna go into equipment. So there we go. Yeah, that's nice. A little bit of magic defense. So that's good to have. Yeah, so that's just for treasures purposes. You got your spell list, so here you can actually see the combinations that are involved. So the standalone ones, duos, and that's it for right now. I think those goes up to triple, and I think it's also you can blend. So if you have all three of one or three different colors, it produces a different result. So kind of a neat little thing. Plus I like the fact that they show it to you, so you're not having to guess all the time. You'll have to go online and Google for answers. Alright, down into the dark caves. Nope. The worst. Oh my. Well. There's a death. Nice thing is, it looks like all my gear has been saved. Doesn't look like it actually took a penalty for it either. You'll probably notice in a lot of games when you die, you usually have to pay for it in some fashion. Ooh, excuse me. Now we can increase our defense. change up to a staff as opposed to a bladed weapon. Combat and pot holding, so I guess we can pick up pots with that one. Kind of like in your typical Legend of Zelda style game. Only difference is you have to actually get gloves first instead of just grabbing pots and throwing them everywhere. But nice, I guess we can actually sell that. Little dialogue there going on. So we got 4,000 now. So let's get a little bit more defense. And there we go. See, the other thing about this game is you do have to kind of keep an eye on that. So you only have 3 actual slots. Some stack, some don't. Back to story mode. Little eyeball critters remind me of a few things from like Dragon's Quest and Final Fantasy series. I'm gonna only fire off 2 right now, that's more than enough. Not quite paying attention there. Oh, spread. We can use that. Oops. Oops. Oh, yeah. That was a good splash. Almost back. The nice thing is, since I've already gone through this part, it's already unlocked. So I don't have to redo the actual mechanism. I can actually go just right on the bottom. And now we're back in the castle that I got killed in before by these leery-eyed buggers. Oops. Oops. How's my health? 21. Alright, 17. Oh, oh, oh. These little eyes are a pain in the backside. Oh boy. Whoops. Oh my goodness. So apparently those little worm buggers can spit out a gas of some kind that I totally forgot about. So what happens, you get lulled into a false sense of security. The game always comes back and bites you in the backside. Wow, I actually have people watching. Nice. Still can't buy that. And granted, it's only 200 away, so it's interesting. Even with the 200, the extra 100 didn't seem to help me there. I don't know why I thought 100 for the health. That was really weird. It was the defensive item, and it's not plus 100, it was plus 28. I don't know where that number came from, but it's there now. Alright. Let's give us another shot here real quick. See if I can get past. I mean, fortunately, I can actually just do this. Since it's already unlocked the area from previous completion, which is good. So if you do want to actually get past everything... Oops. Can't quite tell what was doing that. That was very loud. Oops. Alright. Oh my gosh. Oops. Oops. Oh my gosh. Getting juggled over here. Oops. Ah. Alright, let's check my equipment here real quick, see if I have anything I can use. Or items. Nope. Not very much to try and help me here. Nope. Oh my gosh. I'll chalk that up to another death there. Let's just go back into town real quick. See how am I looking? 48-20. Still a bit to go. If I want to get the glove at least. If you're wondering about the other options there at the loading screen for this area, as you can, there's designed. Where did my brain just go? Oh, that's right. Maybe the new server. Kind of named after. Boy. This is what happens when you wake up early in the morning and you're not used to it. Your brain doesn't quite fully function. Oh well, it's to be expected right now. I just gotta get used to it again. That's all. Might take a little bit. Should be fully activating. I think I've heard that noise. Move on into the dungeon again. You know what? There we go. Let's do that. Let's hit these little buggers with a bit of magic. Try and make my life a little easier. Kind of reminds me of Ariman from Final Fantasy. Oof, not again. Oh wow. Guess I'm just a little rusty at this game right now. But oh well. That's kind of what happens when you haven't played these styles for a little bit. You kind of have to relearn it all again. But I think with that, I'm going to bring the test to a close. Do a little bit of review after the fact and see what I think. If you enjoyed, thanks to those who actually did follow. Appreciate that. But if you enjoyed, you liked what you saw, you know, just hit the follow. You know, if you haven't already, hit the follow button. Lets you know when the channel goes live. And we also have some information down below there in the below the stream. Yeah, below the stream. Where you can get some more information about the company and other assorted things. So with that, I think that will probably do it for right now. Currently, we're kind of ironing out a schedule as well, so keep your eyes there. Keep your eyes on probably the Twitch channel for right now, so it'll be easier to know when it goes live. But it should be around the same time, which is 9 a.m. JST or whatever it is in your neck of the woods. And for right now, we're probably doing about an hour or so. So, like I said, this is kind of just a test run today, see how everything works, see if it's actually, first of all, streaming or not. Always helpful to know that everything is working the way it should. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and just save the game here. Quit out. And we'll turn that back on. There we go. mute that just so it doesn't get in the way. And I think that's everything for right now. So with that, hope you enjoyed the little test stream we did. Like I said, let us know if there's something you know, if it seemed okay, if it seemed to flow all right. You know, like I said, we're just doing some testing right now, and we'll move from there. So with that, I will bid you all farewell until next time. Have a good rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.